Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another video of Marvel Contest of Champions, Chapter 8.4.2, Scare Tactics and Do Not Disturb. The defenders are going to be Mordo, Hyperion, Doom, Airwalker, Mojo and Green Goblin. The nodes are Scare Tactics, so whenever you will attack the opponent, 30% of your damage will be returned back to you as physical damage unless you've applied a Petrify debuff on the opponent. You can either directly apply Petrify or you can also apply Slow, Taunt or Decelerate, and that will also in return apply a 20-second 25% Petrify debuff on the opponent. Do Not Disturb, the defender will have 100% increased ability accuracy, but with each non-damaging debuff you apply on the opponent, you can reduce the potency by 33%. Kinetic Transference, to block attacks for defender will gain 10% bar of power, and with Vital Strikes, anytime defender hits you in your block, they will regenerate 700% of that dealt damage, and with enhanced recovery, the potency of regen and healing will be increased by 100%. Now the counter heroes are going to be your champions with Slow, Petrify, Taunt and Decelerate. I've given you quite a few lists, you can use. Try to use mostly size champions because they will have a lot of non-damaging debuffs that you will require to go against Do Not Disturb. And relics, I would say they are optional. If you want to bring them in, that'd be great. If you don't bring them, it won't be much of a problem, but with optionally, I would say bring them in because they will help you hit more, and if you're going to use a champion like Silk, she will really benefit from it. Your cheese option is going to be She-Hulk and Mr. Fantastic Synergy. Even if you have them as 5 stars rank, well, bring both of them in, keep them on the team, and bring 3 strong size champions, and they can run through the path for you. Booster masteries are going to be the normal ones, and the boss island is Black Cat. More on her later in the video. So let's jump into the path and check it out. The first fight is going to be against a Mordo. I'm going to use Spider-Man Classic. I have him duped on a 7-star version, so on niche matches I really like playing him, although I think I need to learn more of him. I think he can be an amazing attacker. But having said that, he does apply a lot of debuffs, and with all the debuffs you can reduce the ability accuracy of the opponent for Do Not Disturb. And because he applies a lot of taunts, with every taunt he's going to apply a Petrify, and with every Petrify the healing and the power gain abilities will be reduced by 25%, and that really works in your favor because Mordo has a lot of power gain and you can easily control that. So yeah, that's pretty straightforward. You can use other champions as well. I've used Silk on this fight, she works really well, Titania works really well, so plenty of options available. One thing I would say that you should try and do that I did not do here is, once I have enough of those petrifiers up, I did not try to do some parries, because when you will parry, the Vital Strikes node will come into play, and the region that the defenders are supposed to get from that will be reversed because you have so much of your Petrify taunts going on. That one Petrify gives 25% potency, so I have 13 now, so that's minus 300% regen. So try letting Mojo hit you in the block or parry him once you have more than 8 of those Petrifies, and you will be surprised how much health they will lose. I think I do try that at the end of this fight, and he just kills himself while throwing a special attack to my face. So let's check it out. I think the last special, no, that was then a different fight, but anyway, that's how it works out. Champions with a lot of taunt, Petrify, Slow, all of those champions work. So the first takedown was with Spider-Man OG. Now next one is with Silk. Now Silk applies a slow whenever she will use a heavy attack, so I'm gonna use quite a bit of heavy attacks, and it's easy to do that also because at the end of her heavy attack, at the end of her 5-hit combo, she throws a heavy attack anyway. So once I have up till 5 or 6, I am easily going to contain Hyperion's power, and he's not gonna gain as much. Actually, he will start losing power, he'll always be at 0 power, and that's where you can just totally go in and do all the damage you want, and it becomes like a really fun fight. So right there I have 4 of those Petrifies. Now you will notice even with power gain, he's not gaining any power, so this is my time to go in a striker and building up the combo, and with 2 Furies throwing that SP2 out. Look at that damage, and you can rinse and repeat that and get this fight done. It's all about bringing non-damaging champions with taunt, slow, or the petrify debuff, and they should do the trick for you. Next defender is going to be a Doom. Now in hindsight, I think I should have brought another champion that actually applies slow or decelerate. I just brought in Photon because on heavy attacks she can apply Sunder, and that reduces the armor and allows me to crit Dr. Doom so I can bring him down faster. I've done this fight with She-Hulk as well. I've done this fight with Void as well. Also I've tried here Silk too, so plenty of champions work here. But try to bring in champions that can just bring him down faster and have a lot more debuffs so that Despair can come into play. And then also we are using She-Hulk and Mr. Fantastic synergy. So all of those all of those taunts and all of those power stings are really helping you finish off the fight faster. So yeah, make sure that you bring in that synergy, and that makes a very short work of Doom. He's already down to 53% and we barely started the fight. Here we go again with a heavy attack, 16,000 crit, and then he also takes with damage from power sting. And here we go, SP1, there is some good damage and you are able to take him down. Next up is going to be an Airwalker. He's a bit like Hyperion in the regard that they are both cosmic and they both have power gains. So if you don't really pay attention, they will go to SP3s and they can be really annoying and really high damaging. So that's why I brought in a Silk. Now with Silk, I'm just going to make sure that I apply with a heavy attack at least 4 of those petrify so he does not gain any power. And once I have that covered, then I don't have to worry about his constant power gain. I'm just going to build up to an SP2 with a striker and throw that huge SP2 out, and that should do quite a bit of damage. You can auto evade most of the specials, only special 1 and special 2, so not really a difficult fight. Again, this fight can also be done by any petrified champion. You can bring in She-Hulk and go for the SP2s, you can bring in Void and get the petrify up, Mr. Fantastic. All of these champions work. This path is a very science friendly path, so bring in the best champions that you have in your science class along with Mr. Fantastic and She-Hulk synergy, even as low rarity stars. Next up is going to be a Mojo. Pretty similar concept. Bring in champions that can apply taunt or slow or petrify or decelerate and get those petrifies moving up. So if there is any power gain, that can be reversed. So I am just using a Spider-Man classic and trying to add all of those debuffs on Mojo so I can bring him down eventually with all of those petrifies. Silk is a better option overall to take down Mojo and She-Hulk rather than Spider-Man. I was just wanting to showcase that Spider-Man is a good champion as well, especially when he's due, so I was just using him. But plenty of other size champions are there that can take Mojo out. Again, make sure that you bring in the synergy with She-Hulk and Mr. Fantastic, and you should be able to run through this fight quite easily. And the final fight before the boss is going to be a green goblin. Now this is a fun fight if you get enough of those petrifies up, because I remember doing this fight once and I had like 24-25 petrifies, and I saw him just melt in front of my eyes and I was wondering what happened. What actually happens is that he also has a healing on him, so the more petrifies you have, all of those healings are reversed. So if he had 10, like more than 15 petrifies, he dies very quick. He just takes damage from his old healing, and that's about it. He just reverse heals himself to death. So right now I am using here Silk, just slowly building up to my SP2. I'm going to use a striker there, then again 4-hit combo, heavy attack into an SP2 to deal some big amount of damage and trying to take him out. So down to 44%, so same way, just making sure I don't get clipped, and apply all the petrifies, and he will be down in no time. The boss is going to be a black cat with palette cleanser, power creep, bob and weave, combo up, combo shield, and transducer. Now you will need champions here that are going to be mostly mutants, and you have to play a little bit of stun immune, and don't let her kind of get any cleanse on her going off, because with power creep she will start gaining a lot of power. Now there is also Bob and Weave here, so you can bring in Ebony Maw and just cheese this fight also. Just let him stand there, go do something else, and in the meanwhile Black Cat will die to degen. But if you have some good mutant champions, they can work. So for example, Domino, Storm, Colossus with Omega Red Synergy, Apocalypse, Danny Moonstar, all of them work. One quick thing though, if you want it to work well, I would suggest you to bring in White Max pre-fight and use a hero or a metal champion against Black Cat, because the passive stuns you will need and they will stick on Black Cat and you're able to take down. I am just taking her down with the Domino right now in this fight. It wasn't like a difficult fight. I did make a bit of a mistake and I got clipped. But in the end it was comfortable. I was able to take her down, although my Domino is ascended, so there is a lot of damage there. But I'm sure at this point you will have 1 or 2 mutants or that are like really high level and high rarity, so you can use them and you can bring down Black Cat. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel and turn on the post notifications. All of that really helps me out a lot and helps me grow the channel. We've got 3 more videos remaining on 8.4, so stay tuned to the channel guys, and apart from that, I hope you all have an amazing day and I'll see you next time. Bye.